Good day, I'm Stephen McHugh, and this is your JIS News for Tuesday, January 10, 2023. The island is a step closer to removing the shift system and overcrowding in the nation's schools. This as the National Education Trust, NET, will begin expansion work on several schools in the year. In a release, NET says it will establish closer ties with donors and other stakeholders to accomplish the targets being set and to address unmet needs within the education sector. Institutions identified for expansion include Exchange All-Age, as well as Bridgeport, Cedric Titus, Albertown, and Homewood Technical High Schools. Meanwhile, work at the Black River High School will be completed this year. Pre-construction works on several other schools will also be undertaken. And work on some 60 schools is now being prepared. According to the National Education Trust, project proposals have been submitted for infrastructure development at the early childhood level. Additional works for water harvesting, sanitation, school buses, books, computers, and educational manipulatives are also being advanced within the year. In the meantime, the Ministry of Education and Youth says it has begun the implementation of recommendations preferred by the Education Transformation Commission. The initiatives are part of the 54-point Reform of Education in Jamaica report. Among them are developing an education philosophy, reforming the funding model for primary and secondary schools to improve equity, and reviewing the Education Act and regulations. Other key areas recommended for reform include curriculum governance, administration leadership, legislation, early childhood education, teaching curriculum and teacher training, tertiary education, infrastructure, and technology. Portfolio Minister Favour Williams says the initiatives are to establish a comprehensive strategy to improve student performance and educational productivity across the sector.
We are committed to continuing engaging in dialogue with our school communities, our key stakeholders, and the wider public through a variety of communication channels to get support for the continuing transformation of the education sector. The focus has been and will continue to be on implementing the recommendations of the Jamaica Education Transformation Committee.
The Ministry of Agriculture will collaborate with the Ministry of Industry, Investment and Commerce to increase the level of international protection for Jamaican coffee. Agriculture Minister Pernell Charles Jr. says the partnership will be critical in the restructuring of product labeling to indicate geographical origin to include where the coffee was grown, such as parish and farm. This will be streamlined into the Farm Registration and Tracking System known as FRATS. Minister Charles Jr. says once those are completed, it will allow for the creation of a new traceability and accountability system.
JACRA is developing the coffee industry business model, which seeks to identify and address product diversification and markets, investment opportunities, and to also identify the new technologies and practices. JACRA is also targeting a rapid expansion in both blue and high mountain coffee that will be supported by nurseries and input resources.
Minister Charles Jr. was speaking at the launch of the Jamaica Blue Mountain Coffee Festival on Monday at Devon House in Kingston. He asserts that the goal is to expand coffee output for the mutual advantage of all stakeholders, including growers, those who sell the coffee, and consumers. And finally, the Office of Disaster Preparedness and Emergency Management, ODPEM, is spearheading a series of activities for Earthquake Awareness Week 2023 from January 8 to 14. They will be held under the theme, Drop, Cover, Hold. Earthquake readiness is within your control. The observance will see ODPEM heightening its public education campaign to increase awareness about the ever-present natural threat. Activities for the week include an earthquake awareness exhibition to be held at parish libraries across the island on January 11 to promote earthquake safety and knowledge among students of all ages. Earthquake Awareness Day for businesses will take place on January 12, and local entities are being encouraged to conduct drills. On January 13, the ODPEM, in collaboration with the Kingston and St. Andrew Municipal Corporation, will engage citizens in a live outside broadcast. This is to encourage persons to participate in an all-island drill scheduled for that day. A fact sheet issued by the ODPEM says that Jamaica's geographic location along the northern margin of the Caribbean plate and the presence of an active fault line makes the country vulnerable to earthquakes. With the constant threat of seismic activity, citizens are being urged to take the necessary precautions and arm themselves with knowledge and information about earthquakes. For more information, persons may contact the ODPEM at 876-906-9674-5 or send an email to odpem@cwjamaica.com. And that's it for JIS News Today. I'm Stephen McHugh. Thanks for watching.